Hi again to all of our friends from YouTube. Thanks for watching our videos. I have a little bit of a science lesson for you today. We have an apple orchard in our backyard, and like this tree particular is a Northern Spy, which is a heritage apple. You don't see a lot of them, and they make really great pie and pastry filling apples. A lot of these other trees, we've never bothered to find out what they are. My father-in-law knows what all of them are. He spits it right out, and they are mostly sweet. They all ripen in about September and October. So every day I come out here, or every other day, and I pick up all the apple drops. And it's to keep the yard cleaned up so that I can mow and to help keep the deer out of the yard. So you probably saw here, we wrap all the trees in wire mesh fencing with T-posts, and the deer, because they're coming in the yard for the apples, go after the baby trees really easily, and you can lose them. So some of them we've replanted, and like over here on the edge of the field, we've got some peach trees growing and some cherry trees, and they just like to go after the cherry trees really fast. So about the apple trees is they tend to be biennial, meaning that they'll produce a crop every other year. Now, last year I didn't get hardly any apples. The Northern Spy produced maybe a third of the apples. And the reason this happens is it gets so heavy with apples that you're supposed to have one apple per little branch that's growing off. So when you have a cluster where there's 2 or 3 apples, like here there's 2, you should pull one off, and you can do this when it's blossoming or as they grow. So we've had the apples growing now for about 2, maybe 3 months, and every storm that comes through knocks a bunch of apples off, and I try to give the trees as good a shake as I can. You can use rakes, shovels, you can have kids climb the trees and shake them. Just climbing the trees is going to cause some drops. You can see up here I've got some branches that are so high that it's hard to get to them, and eventually, you know, they kind of drop, but those are pretty much left for the birds. So to keep your apple trees from being biennial, you can break that cycle by harvesting half the apples, reducing them to 1 per cluster like that, and then less of the plant's energy is going into growing that apple, and then it can produce a crop next year. So basically what's happening is that your trees are getting depleted so they can't produce the next year. And really, almost even the wild apple trees that are back by the creek have done this, and we've been here for 4.5 years now, and it's just always been a pattern, except for the first year that we were here, we got a late frost and it killed all the blossoms, so we got no apples that year. So this will be our 2nd year of a great apple crop, and this is something recent that I've learned in the past few months, so we're working on reducing the apples. Now, like this tree here, it's always been kind of bad and sickly, and a section of it got broke off in the ice storm last year, and another section died this year. Some of them, like this one here, is real old. It's hollow on the other side. This one had lost a branch and it's hollow on this side. So I'm going to keep replanting them and keep the yard populated with apple trees. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope that information on the apple trees being biennial can help you with your orchard. And as always, thanks for watching. Subscribe and ask questions, and we'll do our best to answer you. Bye.